And back in the immune boosting makeover, we had talked about some specific strategies and action steps to ensure that people survive this corona pandemic, all right? We talked about it specifically and very detailed. Now, here's the thing. The people that took my advice during that period of time, they got the supplements, they implemented the 5 essentials, they got their nervous system taken care of. Guess what? The majority of those people got positive tests for corona and experienced no symptoms. Isn't that neat? Now, of those people that did, they had 1 or 2 days, maybe 3 days maximum. Now, why is that? Because there's principles on how the body works and how the body functions. So we're going to do the same thing again today. Now, let's talk about this for a second. We talked about this last time. A fellow by the name of Geert van de Bosch. Now, Geert van de Bosch, if you know anything about vaccinations at all, his name is attached to that, okay? He is the guy that's pro-vaccination. He's the Melinda Gates and Bill Gates Foundation. He is the guy, all right? He is the most read and foremost expert on virology in the world. And here's what he said. He said this: stop the mass vaccinations. Stop it. Because the problem with the vaccination is you cannot immunize literally hundreds of millions of people and expect things to come out okay. Now, we talked about this last time. Now, we talked about bacteria. Now, you guys remember in the advent of antibiotics, right? The cure-all for the world? Well, what happened to human species as it relates to virology and bacteriology, all right? Our bodies are changing every single day. Our DNA is changing and improving based upon exposure to bacteria and viruses. Now, when we exposed ourselves to these antibiotics, the mutation rate of the bacteria exponentially took off. So now, today, thanks to human intervention, there are bacteria that we cannot fight any longer. There's no known antibiotic at all to kill them. So these are called superbugs. Now think about it in the concept of this virus, right? We have taken a mutation, and then what did we do? We mass vaccinated, which accelerated the rate of mutation. I mean, understand, that's why Corona went to Delta, went to Omicron so quickly. You see, and it's going to keep going. I read something this morning about the next variant they're talking about already. Guys, it's going to keep happening. Now, here's the scary part. Even the healthy people are getting affected. Even the ones that are taking the action steps. Because these variants become very virulent. And they're going to kill people. Guys, we've lost 3 people of this coronavirus. My peeps, our family died. And that, guys, honestly pisses me off. Because every single person needs to take the action steps that are necessary to transform. We can't create these hundreds of thousands of mutations and expect to be okay. We need to be positive in our actions, all right? Makes sense? So it's like the wildfire, okay? Think about it. All it took was a little spark and it took off. And that's what's happening with Corona. And it's going to keep going until people step up, all right? Now, we walked you through the process. I prophesied that if you guys do what we told you to do, you would be healthy. And it happened. So what we're going to do today is the same thing. We're going to walk you through the process. We're going to tell you exactly what supplements to get to protect your body, to make sure your body is healthy and vital and strong. And as a little side benefit, you're probably going to lose a little weight too. Okay, anybody who hear that? And that's a good one, yeah? Want to lose a little weight? And for those of you out there who are the freaks of nature, which are the ones that have the high metabolism, no matter what happens, you can eat like 1,000 calories a day and you lose weight. Dr. Andrew. Okay, so that's kind of how it works. All right, so here's something interesting. Have you noticed something a little bit peculiar? Have you noticed this? You're doing what you're supposed to be doing. You're doing your 5 essentials. You're making your adjustments. You're doing your fitness. You're doing the right thing, and yet you're still gaining a little weight. Anybody notice that? See, it's crazy, and there's a reason for it, and we're going to walk you through that process and why it's so important we get weight off. And it's not just to look sexy in a bikini, okay? I know I look great in a bikini, I'll tell you. So, high metabolism, slow metabolism. What does metabolism mean? Well, let's make it simple, okay? Inside of our bodies right now, there are literally these little tiny machines, these little engines, okay? And they're cooking and they're running. Every single cell has approximately 2,000 engines inside of it, little mini engines. And there's 70 trillion cells inside of a human being. Who can do the math? Anybody? I don't do math. So that's a lot. 70 trillion times 2,000. I'm just going to say that's a gazillion because I have no other answer for that. So what we have to do is get these little engines firing. But the problem is the engines are malfunctioning. All right? And there's a problem with that, and we're going to walk through those steps. We have to get the engines firing at the proper speed. If you're the freak of nature who has the high metabolism, it burns too fast, what do? You end up consuming raw calories, which are dangerous, ice cream and candy bars, and that's going to make you sick. Now, for the rest of us that have slower metabolisms, the problem is that we have to ramp up those engines and make sure they're cooking and burning fuel at the appropriate pace. Cool? All right, so the idea is some of us have a high metabolism, we got to turn it down. Some of us have a low metabolism, we got to turn that bugger up. All right? We did a test group through the network of Max Living, and the average weight loss, if you do what we ask, is 15 to 20 pounds. Who'd like to lose a few pounds, yeah? So let's make that happen, but you got to take the action steps. It doesn't happen through magic, it doesn't happen through supplements, it doesn't happen through, it's a combination of the 5 critical things that we teach. But the question you might be asking yourself is he talking to me? Okay, do I have a metabolism problem or not? Well, here's some science fact right here. 88% of Americans suffer from a metabolic disease and don't even know it. So you have a metabolic disease and you don't know it. Is that a problem? Yes or yes? Answer the question. Yes. Good. Oh, crap. What's that? That's a water buffalo. Why would I put a water buffalo up there? Any idea? Okay, let's ask a question. You ready? If I said to you that we found a metabolic disease that's infiltrating the water buffaloes, what would you think is going to happen to the water buffaloes population? What's going to happen? They're going to go what? They're going to go extinct. I say that we have 88% of our people with metabolic problems, and you guys go, yeah, I'm a little fat, I guess. We are going to go extinct. Guys, we have to start taking this seriously. We can't just keep gaining weight, not taking care of ourselves, taking drugs. We have to take the appropriate action steps. BDD, they're broken, damaged, diseased, and the last D is dysfunctional. We have a dysfunctioning metabolism, and we're going to ramp that bugger up and make it happen. But metabolism is more than weight loss. We always think about weight loss, right? But let me ask you something. How many people you've seen get sick, lose weight, and end up in a coffin? This isn't about weight loss. But the side effect is weight loss. Do you understand? I want to get to the cause so we can get healthy, fit, and lean, not lose weight and get skinny and get dead, right? There's a lot of mechanisms for making that happen, which we'll be running through. But Dr. Ray, I don't think you're talking to me. I'm the 12%. I'm the 12% that I don't have metabolic problems. All right. Answer some questions, okay? Do you get tired after you eat? That's a metabolic problem. Number 2, do you get irritable if you don't eat? That's another sign of metabolic problems. Do you have joint pains, especially when you eat sugar? That's a metabolic disease, okay? So what I'm telling you right now, I'm talking to each and every one of you. Okay? Well, you still might be saying, so what? So what? I got a metabolic disease, I'm doing fine, I'm taking my drugs, I'm doing my surgeries, I'm taking my cholesterol drugs, so what? Well, metabolic disorders, you should be thinking of all of this. You should be thinking of high blood pressure, cholesterol, heart disease, autoimmune, diabetes, thyroid, polycystic, and so on and so forth. But the one I want you to realize right now is this one, obesity. But it's not obesity. Do you realize the number one comorbidity that's going to kill Americans, I shouldn't say that, kill the world, is being a little overweight? Oh, I'm just carrying a few extra pounds, no big deal. It's huge. The number one comorbidity is being a little overweight. So when, not if, you get exposed to this COVID bioweapon, you got a problem. Especially in the Omicron variant, because it's so contagious. Are you with me? And the next one's going to be worse and worse and worse. So we've got to be prepared, we got to be strong, we got to be ready. Okay? Do you get what I'm saying? See, I'm not talking about weight loss. I'm talking about people in my practice who their parents died and now they have no children, no adults to take care of them. I'm talking about people who were in the practice and didn't follow the principle as I teach, and we lost them in the practice. I'm talking about grandmas, grandpas, uncles, brothers, sisters. This is life or freaking death. Are you guys following me now? You get what I'm saying? From my heart, I want you to implement what's necessary to ensure your safety for you, your family, and your loved ones. Do it, and you'll be amazed. Warning signs beyond weight loss. Do you have any of these fun things? Okay? Do you have fatigue, thyroid issues, suppressed appetite, cold hands and feet, low libido, PMS, anxiety, hair loss, brittle, insomnia, fertility issues, irritability, and obesity? You got a metabolic process. But it's more fun. Metabolism disruptors. These are toxins in our environment that sometimes we have no control over. Do you know how many plastics are inside of our bodies right now? It's everywhere. They get micronized. So they take these things, it ends up in the environment, ends up inside of our body and damages us. BPAs, dioxins, and all the rest, phthalates, all these things, lead, arsenic, mercury. Mercury from what? The jab. The J&J Johnson has the second most toxic element in it. Why would they put that in there? It's called an adjuvant. It makes a more robust immune response. You know what's interesting in the standard flu shot? If you get the standard flu shot 5 times in a row, your risk of dying from breast cancer goes up to 100%. Because of the toxic elements in the vax. It's insane. And of course our diet's stellar, right? The SAD diet, you've heard that before, standard American diet, over-processed, overproduced, boxed cans, we're eating out of, you walk up to a drive-thru and your whole thing is, yeah, you're eating a box through a window, right? That's your food, right? Isn't that crazy? We got to start eating healthier. The ultra-processed foods and obesity on the rise. Now, I've been teaching about this for a long time, all right? Now, back in year 2000, the obesity rate was 30.5. You want to guess the new number? And it's not even new. This is the closest I could get, and this is data from 2018 up to 42.2. How are we doing on the world of losing weight? And how many diets do you think are out there? Come on, really? We've seen thousands of them, okay? Now, don't get me wrong, everybody is beautiful. Everybody is beautiful. But what I'm telling you is this theme of I'm okay, you're okay, is going to kill you. So we have to start thinking differently. See, the studies confirm that obesity and overweight leads to diseases. It's just a fact. So let's take action and get ourselves healthy. And look at this, 95% of fad diets fail. Who's heard of the wine diet, Pritikin diet, the South Beach diet, all the other diets that have been out there, the low-fat diet, pick another one. There's a military diet. There's a million diets. And how are we doing? Terrible. So, metabolism. Now realize something. If we get to rev up your metabolism, you know what's going to happen? Your metabolism is going to fire up how long? Every day, morning, noon, and night. How'd you like to burn fat 24 hours a day? 7 days a week, 365 days a year, right? Here's a simple metaphor. Do you want to burn fat? Do you want to burn calories? Want to burn calories? Jump on the treadmill and run for 6 hours. Okay? Then you're done, you sit down, stops, no more burning. But if you rev up your metabolism, you're mobilizing and burning fat. And that's what we want. We want to burn the fat, not burn calories. Okay? So we're talking about the basal metabolic rate, the speed at which the body runs those engines. So what do we want to do? We want to get the engines moving right along. Fair enough? Yes? Yeah. All right, I love it. Dr. Amanda, I need you, babe. So we got to fire up that metabolism. All right. Amanda, my girl, I'm broken. I'm broken now. I don't know what to do. I'm so sad.
So, well, you're waiting.
Yes.
So repeat that, what you said about the jab with the breast cancer.
Oh, because of the toxins inside of the vaccination, because of the toxic bioaccumulation inside the body, because it's stored inside the fat cells. What are the breasts made out of? That's where all those toxins go. So it increases your risk. 5 jabs in a row increase your risk of breast cancer by 100%. It's just the science. Follow the science, he says, so we're going to follow the science. All right, so with that in mind, we got some tunes. Everybody gets to get out of your seats, no more listening, it's time to move and groove. We're going to jump up, we're going to make some noise, especially you. All right, out of your chair, let's rock this. Turn up the tunes. All right, we got some action. Now, my big buddy, Dr. David's going to come up, and I want you to give him some energy like you gave me. So I wanted 11. Ready, set, go!
Well, first off, thank you guys for all being here. We couldn't be more grateful to have such an amazing group of individuals who are ready to fire up their metabolisms. But first, real quick, guys, we need to give another round of applause for Dr. Ray. He has been at this for 34 years, changing healthcare, changing his community from the inside out, motivating people to take responsibility for their health. So let's hear it one more time for Dr. Ray, guys. We wouldn't be here without him. Okay. Who's ready to fire it up? We ready to fire it up? I need to see hands right now. Hands in the air if you're ready to fire it up. I need to see your hand up. I know we're ready. I can feel the energy. But how? How are we going to do it? Wait, keep those hands up. I need a hand up. Because if your hand's in the air right now, congratulations. You have officially just signed yourself up for the Max Living 30-Day Challenge. Included in this 30-day challenge, guys, there is 8 tasks. One of these tasks we will perform once a week. The other 7 tasks we are going to be performing each and every single day. So let's get into it. First task. 30 days to a new you. Now, what the 30-day challenge is about, guys, this is about habits. The goal is to take something away from these 30 days. We're going to create habits that are going to maintain and sustain our health for a lifetime. So as we continue to build these habits, we're only going to continue to grow. We're going to continue to share these things, discuss these things with our friends, our family, our loved ones, get them on this train of health with us so we can live an epic life. First task, progress picture. How are we going to be measuring success? We're throwing the scales out the window. You're going to take a picture on Monday. The official launch of the 30-day challenge begins this Monday. So on Monday, you will be taking a picture of yourself, and I know exactly what you're thinking. Don't worry, you don't have to show this picture to anyone. This is for yourself, unless you do want to share that with someone else. Every Monday moving forward, we will be taking another picture. When we're taking pictures, this is going to show much more visual success, more than any scale will ever show. So when you compare that picture from week 1 on this Monday to the end of the challenge, you are going to be a whole new person. So this is how we'll be measuring our success. So task number 1, progress picture. Task number 2, the power of hydration. Proper hydration is shown to allow our body to efficiently perform tasks. Without hydration, our body will not be functioning at its optimal ability. Now, when I'm talking about functioning, I'm talking about thinking all the way to burning fat, which we are going to be doing a lot over the next 30 days here. So how do you know you're drinking an appropriate amount of water? The necessary water, what you're going to do is you're going to take your body weight, you're going to cut that in half, and that is going to be the necessary amount of fluid or amount of ounces that you'll be drinking per day. So for example, I weigh 160 pounds. Therefore, I'm going to be drinking 80 ounces of water a day. Now, what I recommend, designating a vessel. So my vessel is my water bottle. It's a 16-ounce water bottle. So that means I'm going to be drinking 5 of my water bottles each and every day to ensure I'm reaching my 80 ounces. So I want to encourage you guys, divide your weight in half, find that vessel, designate it for all 30 days. Question?
You're talking minimum of...
Minimum. Yeah, you could go beyond that. But yeah, minimum of half your body weight. You got it. Next, reading is to the mind what exercise is to the body. So research shows that when we're reading on a daily basis, it's not only going to make us feel better, it's going to make us more positive, it's also going to increase memory, and it's going to make us more empathetic. Now, you can choose a book of your choice. What we'll be doing is we're going to read 10 pages of a book every single day. Now, in your packets there, on the back of the 30-day table, the checklist where you're going to be checking off everything you've done for that day, we have made recommendations. So courtesy of Dr. Andrew, who writes a blog every single week. If you did not know this, make sure you are reading Dr. Andrew's blog. It is absolutely amazing. But we have made a recommendation of 5 books. Now, we do recommend a personal development book, because what that's going to do is that's going to help fuel your mindset and help to encourage you and motivate you to continue working harder and harder each and every day as we become the best us possible. Now, I am going to be reading book number 5, Essentialisms, on that list. So if you want to read that one with me, please feel free to do so. But like I said, I prefer a personal development book, a book of your choice, as long as we're getting those 10 pages in each and every day to continue to fuel that mindset. 45 minutes of exercise. Now you see up there it says a 45-minute workout. With 45 minutes of exercise, what we're doing is as we continue to change our muscle mass, we're consequently changing the rate at which our body burns calories. We're slowing down our BMR. As we continue to slow our BMR, our metabolism is only going to continue to get better. Now, when it says 45 minutes, you can perform all 45 minutes in one period. But you're also free to break this up. So what I prefer, I love my HIIT training, my Tabata, the high intensity interval training, which I always encourage and recommend because that is the best form of exercise that we can perform because it's going to help our body become into a fat burning state. We want to make sure we're utilizing the appropriate fuel source, fat, which is the best fuel for us. So I will be doing 15 minutes of a HIIT training in the morning, 15 minutes in the afternoon, and 15 minutes in the evening. If you want to do one block of 45 minutes, break this exercise up into 5-minute chunks throughout the day. However it works with your busy schedule is completely fine as long as you are maintaining and reaching that goal of 45 minutes of exercise each and every day. Next, this one's pretty self-explanatory here. No alcohol and no cheat meals. Excessive alcohol intake increased our risk at heart disease, liver disease, cancer, diabetes, high blood pressure, and that list goes on and on and on. And as I had talked about, we're here to form habits that are going to maintain for a lifetime. So we're cutting the booze, and there will be no cheat meals. Now, when we're talking cheat meals, we'll get into what we're going to be eating here in just a sec, but we need to stay disciplined. As long as we stay disciplined, we stay true to ourselves, we stay true to each other, we continue to work with each other, support each other through this process, amazing things are going to only continue to happen as we continue to increase our health. So there'll be no alcohol, no cheat meals. We're remaining disciplined throughout the course of the next 30 days. So you're asking, well, what will I eat then? It's right here, the Advanced Plan Eating Plan. This eating plan is not a diet. These are lifelong habits that we want you to continue forming and that we want to maintain through the remainder of our life there. Now, this advanced eating plan, there's about 4 main principles. 3 things we want to focus on, the 1 thing we're going to eliminate. So our 3 focuses are going to be our healthy proteins, 100% grass-fed beef, free-range antibiotic-free chicken, wild-caught cold water fish. Now we're also going to be focusing on our veggies and our healthy fats. So when you're sitting down to eat a meal, what you want to focus on is you want your nice palm-sized portion of protein. Remember, quality over quantity with protein. So a nice palm size of those 3 proteins I mentioned. On the other side here, we want our veggies. Now we're going to utilize our healthy fats while we're cooking these things. So whether it's 100% grass-fed butter, avocado oil is my favorite that I've been using lately, coconut oil to cook the protein, cook those veggies. Now on the other side, I know a lot of us know this trick, but I need to say it because I always just need to reiterate, repetition is key here. Item 9 produce. When you are shopping for produce, you always want to make sure you check the item number before you purchase it. If it begins with the number 9, it's fine. If it's 8, it's not great. We don't want no 4s, none of that. So item 9 produce will ensure that that we're getting the all organic, all natural veggies to ensure that there's no pesticides, herbicides, none of that stuff in there. We want to keep it all natural there. Now the other big aspect of this, and potentially the most difficult, the elimination of carbs. We're going to cut sugar, we're cutting breads, we're cutting pastas, we're cutting rice, we're cutting tortillas. I know, all the best stuff. But it's out the window because those things are digested into sugar and ultimately causes inflammation in the body. With this,
Beans also.
beets?
Beans.
Beans, cutting beans, absolutely. Now, what this eating plan is designed to do, it's an anti-inflammatory eating plan. It's going to help make sure we remove and dump all the inflammation out of our body, but it's also going to allow us to start utilizing fat as our fuel source. Fat is the healthiest, best source of fuel for our body to be running on. This eating plan is going to help make sure that we are utilizing that fat while we're increasing that load, that exercise load there. Next, now I'm going to make sure this is posted in the Facebook group, which we'll talk about the Facebook group in a sec because you are all going to be signing up for that now that you willingly volunteered yourselves to join the 30-day challenge. Now, the advanced plan grocery shopping list, this is just a good rule of thumb. You can always make sure you're referring back to this. If it's on this list, it's going to be advanced plan approved. You're going to make combinations of these different things, and don't worry, guys, we will be posting recipes, other things like that. And go ahead, take a picture, and like I said, it will also be on Facebook as well, so you know exactly what foods you need to be utilizing when you're preparing those meals and that snack. Because with the advanced plan here, all we're going to be eating throughout the day is it's going to be one advanced plan meal and one advanced plan snack. And Dr. Andrew will make sure to give you guys the details on all that good stuff here in a little bit. In addition to the advanced plan meal, you're thinking one meal, one snack. There's no way that's going to be enough to get me through the day, especially when I'm working out for 45 minutes each and every day. This is where we're going to be utilizing 2 protein shakes and our daily supplements. Now, the protein shakes are going to be extremely important, especially with this increased exercise, because it's going to help ensure that our muscles are recovering appropriately so we can get up and do it over again. Now, speaking of daily supplements, daily essentials. Who takes their daily essentials every day? I'm seeing some hands, but I'm not seeing enough. Daily essentials are our lifetime supplements. If you are not taking your lifetime supplements, you need to be picking these up today. So this is where I'm going to be talking about the supplements, guys. So that front sheet right now, I want you to make sure you're checking off everything that you need to get. Everything in the office is discounted today. What I want you to do is check or write on that sheet anything you'll need. You're going to pass that to one of the lovely ladies there. They'll get everything bagged up before you head out. So you won't need to grab anything off the shelves. You'll either just put an X, a check, indicating that's what you want in your purchase. And then moving forward from there, we'll bag everything up and it'll all be ready to grab on your way out. Now, the daily essentials here are going to help provide and boost our metabolism throughout the next 30 days. The daily essentials are designed to be metabolism boosting and focused on the nutrients that we cannot get from food alone. Now, these things are packed full of vitamins A, D, E, K, the full spectrum of B vitamins, all the necessary minerals to ensure that your body is prepared and ready for working out, for whatever daily task you might be having that day. So if you're not doing so, you need to pick these up, but you also, when you run out, you keep going. These are the things that we must be taking for the rest of our life. Now, who needs a kickstart? Who's ready to get their metabolism kickstarted today? Now, the Kickstart Bundle is designed to make sure that we are not only boosting, but that we are maintaining a healthy metabolism moving forward. There's 3 items within the Kickstart. The first one here is going to be the Detox System. Now, what I love about our detox is it's a cell and body detox. Most detoxes that you find out there are focused on a body detox. Now, who knows where we store toxins in our body? In our fat cells, the adipose tissue, exactly right. This is why the 2-step detox system is so important. The cell detox are the 2 capsules that you take in the morning. What the cell detox does is it goes into each individual cells, it removes those toxins and dumps it in the body. Then in the evening, what we do is we take our body detox. That's where the body detox, all the toxins are then excreted in the morning through the help of the body detox there. Now, the incredible thing with this, as you guys had all mentioned there, toxins are stored in fat cells. Now, as we continue to remove fat or continue to dump those toxins out of the fat, we've seen patients lose upwards of 10 pounds alone just from starting this detox. So the detox is going to ensure that our naturally self-detoxing systems are being supported and that we're removing as much toxins as we can, which is going to in turn help with weight loss. Max Greens. Now, the Max Greens are simply ground up fruits and vegetables. It's ground up superfoods, just guaranteeing that we are getting the adequate nutrients throughout the day. There's actually upwards of 15 servings of fruits and vegetables in a serving of these. So what you'll be doing, now you have the option of either flavor if you want to mix this into your protein shakes. I prefer to do a scoop of my protein and a scoop of my greens just right in water, shake it up all together. If you do want to add some of the other low glycemic fruits, so the low sugar fruits, including blueberries, raspberries, blackberries, spinach is a great one, utilizing coconut oil in the shakes. Whatever combination of things you want to do when you're adding those greens, adding the protein, is completely fine. Now, as we had mentioned here, we're going to be drinking 2 protein shakes each and every day. You only need to utilize your greens in 1 scoop, but we also have the greens capsules there. The greens are going to help boost our immune system as we finish and continue fighting this cold and flu season, but it's also going to help aid the detoxification process. So as we're detoxing, we're removing the toxins, and we're cutting down on some weight there, it's going to help ensure that we are reaching those weight loss goals as well. So you'll need to be taking those greens each and every day. Last bit of that bundle is the protein. Now, in our office, we have 3 different types of protein. We have the bone broth protein, which is the one I'll always recommend because of the added nutrients. We have our 100% grass-fed whey protein and the perfect plant protein. Now, it won't matter which protein you are utilizing throughout the next 30 days as long as you are consuming 2 of those protein shakes every day. This is going to not only help with muscle recovery, so as we're working out and as we're exercising 45 minutes every day, the muscles are going to become strained, you're going to be sore, it's going to be tiring, but that's okay. That's why this protein is such an important part of the process. It's going to guarantee that those muscles are getting all the extra nutrients they need so that they can repair, they can recover, and then when we wake up, like we said, the next day, we get up, we get after it, we continue moving forward, we continue building these healthy habits for a lifetime. Next, the Metabolic Burn. Now, this Metabolic Burn, when you see this supplement, I want you to think fat burner. Now, the things I want you to start with first are going to be your daily essentials and the Kickstarter bundle. Now, if you feel that you need an extra boost to help burning off fat cells, I definitely recommend you pick up the Metabolic Burn. That's exactly what it's designed to do. It's designed to aid our body and help us burn as much fat and as we're utilizing and becoming into a fat burning state. It's going to help us continue utilizing that fat as a fuel source. So if you feel that you need an extra little kick, I recommend getting that Metabolic Burn today. Final one here. Now, this is going to be for people who have a known thyroid diagnosis, whether it's hypothyroidism, if you have a piece of your thyroid that has been removed, or if your thyroid has been removed completely altogether. You need to be on the Thyroid Plus here. Now, the Thyroid Plus is just going to ensure that your body is receiving the appropriate hormones, that we begin to release those appropriate hormones to help boost and maintain a healthy metabolism. So this one is going to be for those individuals who have a thyroid condition, or again, if you've had your thyroid or a piece of the thyroid removed there. And if that is the case, I certainly recommend making sure to grab this one today to guarantee that we're receiving the appropriate hormones and that our body is doing the right things throughout the next 30 days. Facebook page. Now, you guys are all going to be receiving a text message with a link to this Facebook page. This is where we get to come together as a community. Throughout the next 30 days, I want to make sure that you are consistently checking this Facebook page, because that's where we doctors, we're going to be able to consistently post, what we're doing throughout the 30 days, the things we're implementing into our lives. We're going to be able to give you recommendations such as, recipes, exercises. We're going to be posting exercises, all these amazing things. But this is where we want you guys to interact. This is where we really get to come together, bounce ideas, support each other to the best of our ability to ensure that we are all feeling like we know we are moving the right direction. So make sure that you join the Facebook page, but also make sure you're checking it every day. Get those tips, interact, respond to us, post with us, celebrate. We want to celebrate your successes with you. I heard Dr. Ray's even going to post his progress pics on there for us all to see. But seriously, guys, make sure you are checking the Facebook on a daily basis and interact with us. The more... You already got the text. Jackie is letting me know that you have a text message. So make sure you join that page and just continue to interact with us. Let's grow together. Let's work together. Let's do this together and become the best as possible by bouncing ideas and working with each other there. Now, I know a few of you are thinking, I take my supplements. I've done the Kickstarter bundle. I've done all these things. So what do I do next? Next step is, as you all know, we don't like to guess in this office. We always want to test so we can pinpoint nutritional deficiencies, build specific protocols for you, for your needs based upon those test results, and then we can continue moving forward to making sure we're keeping or balancing out those nutritional deficiencies and getting everything in the appropriate levels. So this is where the urinalysis kit comes in. So we have two tests in this office that we like to run. First is the urinalysis only. Now, there's the small kit and the big kit, and I don't have a big kit to show you guys, but essentially the big kit is blood and urine analysis. It's going to be going into organic acid testing. It's going to give us more insight to exactly what's going on in your body. Oh, there's one. We did have one. It's going to give us a much better insight of what's going on inside your body on a cellular level. So again, we can supplement appropriately, make dietary changes as necessary, give you guys as many recommendations as we can so we can return those levels into a normal state. So this is going to allow us to correcting the problems before developing into diseases that are not able to be shown up on conventional testing. So what is it testing for? These tests are going to allow us to understand exactly the vitamin and mineral deficiencies, blood sugar imbalances, how much inflammation, where the inflammation is, whether it's in your gut or if it's coming from a different source, oxidative stress, toxicity and heavy metals, so we know if we need to put another detox in play, remove those metals from the body to the best of our ability, gastrointestinal stress, and we all know where does 70% of our immunity lie? In the gut. Exactly right. So healthy gut is going to be a very important part of the process there. There's a fatty acid imbalance, amino acid profile, and even genetic risk factors. So a lot of incredible insight to let us know what's happening within your bodies and gives us exactly the information we need to know to fix it. Who's a good candidate for urine analysis or metabolomics, the urine and blood analysis? Everybody is. So these tests are for anyone who is experiencing chronic health issues all the way to professional athletes. These are safe for anyone to perform over the age of 2 as well. So if you do have anyone in mind that you think this would be beneficial for, never hesitate to let us know. Lastly, we are bringing out our newest piece of equipment, the fat burning laser.
Every round of applause for the laser.
It's a laser.
So I think what it does, it's actually either a fat burning laser or it's a thing to take you back to the future. Must be a fat burning laser. All right, Dr. David, you're up. Keep going.
Yeah. So what this laser is designed to do, this is designed to help facilitate weight loss throughout the 30-day challenge. So if one of your main goals is to shed some pounds, you need to first commit fully to the 30-day challenge, all 8 tasks that we had just talked about. And if you guys ever have questions, like I said, make sure you're referring to the Facebook group or never hesitate to ask us here while we're going through the process together. But what the laser does is it's designed to help shrink fat cells. So as we continue to shrink fat cells, that's going to help not only pull and remove the toxins out of the body, as we had discussed before, but it's going to ensure that we get rid of the weight. The best thing, though, that we can do is making sure that we commit to the 30-day challenge, build these habits so the weight stays off, because that is one of the most common questions that we had. Anything else you want to add?
Yeah, just the interesting thing, the light source that it uses, the wavelength, what it does. Now, the problem with fat cells is they're very tight, okay? And poisons, as we've learned from the mercury vaccinations or whatever, goes into fat cells. So the body says, I don't want to release that toxin. I don't want to release the fat because it's dangerous. I'm going to protect you by keeping this fat inside the toxins and poisons inside the fat cells. So the lights actually vibrate the cells. So it loosens up those cells. It opens up the channels so you can release the poisons and the fat, the triglycerides into the bloodstream. So the triglycerides are the primary fat energy machine. So guess what happens? You get a big burst of energy and it's amazing. So you get a great burst of energy and it pushes the residual triglycerides and the toxins into the lymphatic system and it gets flushed out of the body. So you remove the toxins, you remove the fats, and you burn the remainder and you lose an average of 1 to 2 inches. Pretty exciting, and it actually works. I know it sounds crazy, huh? But it does, it works. There's other pieces to the technology, but that's where we're beginning the process. We'll look at it later, getting more pieces as we talk about it. You'll ultimately meet with one of the doctors and decide what the best approach is going to be for you. Right on? All right. So the idea is the different light spectrums. Let me borrow your clicker.
I think it died.
Okay, the light spectrums. Beautiful. All right. So the light spectrums.
I got it.
Okay, so that's the lymphatic system. So it mobilizes the fats. So your fat cells are here, then it mobilizes into the lymphatics, and then releases it releases that out of the body. Yeah, pretty exciting. Okay. Okay, there's no downtime with the procedure because it's non-invasive. So it's not like you do liposuction or something like that. So there's 0 downtime. Okay. Next, the frequency of treatment is twice weekly. All right. So you do it twice a week for 4 weeks, so a total of 8 sessions. Now, how long will the results last? That depends on you. It really does. Do they last forever? Absolutely. As long as you implement a dedicated to the 30-day challenge, follow the 5 essential lifestyles we teach, and keep getting your nervous system taken care of. That's the key to success. It's not the magic of the fat-burning laser, it's the magic of the 5 essential lifestyle that you implement. This is just a kickstart. Does that make sense to everybody? We're just here to get things going, get the juices flowing, and then you apply the other principles, okay? Next, most fat laser programs run $1,000, all right? So what we're doing is that's $125 a session. What we're gonna be doing, guys, is we're keeping the cost down, $675 for 8 sessions, but because you're at the makeover, that's gonna drop down to $600, okay? Now, here's the challenge. We only have enough room in the facility for 6 people to sign up for the laser. All right? So that's all we got is 6 spots. Now, there'll be a waiting list, okay, for that. Ladies, listen up. So how it's going to happen, for the first 6, you'll pay the $600. And then, for everybody else, you put a $200 down payment. And then when we finish up one cycle, we'll just cycle you guys in. Make sense? So everybody will get a chance to use it. We just don't have enough room. Okay? We only have room for about 6 sessions. And we'll be starting this not right away, it's about a week out. All right? So you'll meet with one of the doctors each time before you go to make sure we get you the perfect program. Fair?
Yep.
All right, keep going. That's it, right?
Yep.
Okay, guys, we're all finished up and ready for the break. Now, here's what we're going to be doing. Now, right now, where's Dr. Andrew? You're up. Talk. No? You want me to talk? I can talk.
So what's going to be happening is, what you need to do, as I had mentioned earlier, you need to make sure you check on that sheet the supplements that you want to pick up today. Everything in the office is discounted here, so make sure if there is something that is not on the list there, in order to fuel the metabolism over the next 30 days, then you can write it at the bottom, and the girls will get it taken care of.